Hi, it's Alyssa, back with another Animal Crossing art commission video. In this week's video, I'll be drawing two different animal original characters for a client, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to talk about my ideas for how villagers can interact with each other better as well as the player. So let's get started. Since this week's commission video is of two animal characters for a client, I believe it's their original character and their twin's original character interacting with each other and having some fun. I really liked working on this piece, by the way. I thought these two characters were really fun to bring to life in my art style. This piece showing kind of dynamic interactions between two animal characters, I thought it would be a good opportunity to talk about my further wish list for how friendship could be improved in New Horizons, kind of expanding on the last commission video that I uploaded a couple weeks ago, talking about my ideas for how players could improve friendship with their real-life friends through different mechanics and just wacky ideas I have for the game that will never come true. So while I'm already making a wish list of things that will never happen in New Horizons, I thought I'd throw a few more out there in terms of things I wish could happen regarding friendships between players and animals, as well as between two animals on the same island. Starting with player and animal relationships, I think there should be more dialogue that unlocks, and there kind of is, right? When you first meet a villager or they first move to your island, you can't give them gifts yet, they don't send you letters with gifts and things like that. So you kind of unlock new dialogue in that way, but it's not very extensive, and your villagers do just continue to say the same 5 or 10 things for eternity. So I think it would be nice that there would be a dialogue bonus to increasing your friendship instead of just unlocking gift-giving abilities and receiving their photograph and things like that. I wish there was more dialogue that also was unlocked, and it would kind of deepen and strengthen your bond to your villagers. You'd be less likely to want them to move away because they feel special to you because you've gotten to know their story a little bit. It would be much more rewarding if there was, another dialogue tree that opened up. So more dialogue between humans and animals. But expanding on some ideas for animals, the same animal villagers that live on your island, for a long time, I think they should start to form bonds. And we kind of see this in the way of, how sometimes two villagers with clashing personality types will get mad about something the other one said, and you kind of eavesdrop in on these conversations. Or sometimes two villagers who get along really well will have a conversation and they ask you for your input on something. There's these cute little moments that happen sporadically, but it doesn't seem like the relationships between the villagers who've lived on your island for a long time really develops or changes over time. They have the same kind of conversations. You'll run across these same kind of dialogues happening over and over. And I know I've asked for something like this before, but I've always wanted to see like a full-blown special cutscene happen. You know how something might happen in Harvest Moon and you've kind of leveled up friendship with someone enough and you get a little cutscene. I think this would be great not only for humans leveling up friendship with their villagers, but I think between villagers. Say you have two personality types that get along. Again, we'll just use Snooty and Peppy. And the Snooty and Peppy have lived on your island for 30 consecutive days that you've logged in. You have to actively log in, and say you have to also talk to both of these villagers to keep them quote-unquote active or something. But these two villagers have been on your island for 30 days together that you've been playing, and so they should have some kind of bond. They have personalities that get along really well with each other, and so maybe once it hits that milestone, their friendship has leveled up and they do a cute little gift cutscene or like a "you're my best friend" cutscene or something on the island. And I don't think it's asking for too much, just a cute little 30-second thing that you can skip if you want to, or you can toggle the cutscenes off. But I think a lot of players would really gravitate to that kind of thing and help make these milestones more significant of like, oh, I've had these villagers for a long time and they're finally getting to be friends with each other as well as me. I think it would make it a little more special. And also I would love if there was like bigger rivalries between personality types that clash, and perhaps you can help mediate. Maybe they have a cutscene where they're both fighting about something stupid like they always do, and you can come in and mediate and help make amends and then they slowly start becoming friends, or they just avoid each other. Like, you can kind of dictate whether they stay enemies or not. Just even 2 choices like that would be super dynamic, and it would add a lot of personality to your island. That'll never happen, but I think it would be cool to have that option. I do think something they could implement with regards to these relationships between villagers that wouldn't be too much of a pie in the sky thing, because we already have birthday parties for villagers, right, that happen in their house. So what if they had going away parties? So if you have a villager who's moving out, and they are close friends with another villager, or 2 or 3 other villagers, those villagers throw a going away party instead of you just see their sad house and them sweeping with their stuff packed up in boxes. Maybe you could have their stuff packed up in boxes, but also have a little cake and it says, like, going away party or something like that. I think it would be a nice bittersweet send-off to favorite villagers, or it would be really funny if you were getting rid of a villager that you hated and have been wanting to get rid of for a long time. And you can say, like, see ya, peace, and you can give them a crappy gift or something. So I think that would add quite a bit of character, and it would add another dimension to relationships between villagers on your island, which we just don't have any of it currently. And like I said, this wouldn't be a huge jump for the series because we already have birthday parties, so just do a going away party instead of just them sadly packing away their items in their house alone. Because I always found that kind of sad. Even if it's a villager you don't want, I always thought it was sad that their last day on your island was so unceremonious like that. I think it would be really fun if there was a going away party and their best friend showed up for it. Something I wish they would do that they probably won't is in Pocket Camp, when you leveled up your friendship with a villager to a certain amount, I think it was like halfway to maximum friendship. I don't remember. I haven't played Pocket Camp in a while. But when you leveled up your friendship to, I think, level 10 in Pocket Camp, you were then able to craft a specific item for that villager to, like, entice them to live in your camp or something like that. It raised their friendship up a lot with you or something. Anyway, you were given a special piece of furniture to craft that you could only make once you had reached a certain friendship level. And similarly, I think it would be awesome if, beyond receiving a photo of your villager that, you know, is the current max friendship prize, what if there was a step beyond max friendship, or even before max friendship? What if there was some friendship level you reached with your villager where they gave you a special DIY that only they had? And maybe this is asking a little much because I think there's 350 characters in New Horizons, so maybe it would just be a unique DIY per personality type, which would be yet another incentive to have one of every personality type on your island instead of having all peppy or all lazy or anything like that. The more diverse personality types you have, the more of these unique DIYs you can collect. So say you max out your friendship even beyond receiving the picture, you get to another level with a lazy villager and they give you a really cool pool with pool floaties in it, because I'm trying to think of something that would match with lazy. They'd probably want to sit and relax in a pool or something like that. Or you max out your friendship with a peppy villager and they give you a DIY for a really cool playground with, like, a slide and some swings or something like that. Like, really big, cool items that are, like, as big as a Gulliver item, like a pyramid, that are really cool standout items on your island. I think that would be a huge incentive to max out friendship with your villagers, and it would be also a nice, like, hey, here's a secret I learned that I'm giving just to you. It would kind of make your bond with that villager a little bit more important as well. So those are my silly pie-in-the-sky ideas for New Horizons that will definitely never happen, but if they do, you can say, hey, your idea actually came true. Maybe one of these ideas will be implemented in the future. Who knows? Mentioning the art briefly at the tail end here, I really like how this piece came out, and especially in this pencil-y style, how the teeth look, very, you know, a cheeky kind of smile. I think it adds a lot of personality to have the extra pencil outlines added. I was happy with the piece, and so was the client, so I think this turned out really cute, and I really liked working on it quite a bit, and it gave me an opportunity to talk about my silly villager friendship ideas in a video. What changes would you make to the game to make friendships more meaningful on your island? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day.